Welcome back to All Things Lord of the Rings with your host Alex, also known as Solanus Dracone. Last time, Beren was brought before Thingol, and Thingol was not happy to see him. Not only had Beren intruded upon lands that no human was meant to ever be able to enter, but this little bastard had the gall to actually say he wanted the hand of Luthien in marriage. As far as Thingol was concerned, that shit was not going to fly. Unfortunately for Thingol, he made an oath to his daughter beforehand not to harm or hinder Beren in any way. So Thingol's master plan was to send Beren off on a suicide mission to try and retrieve one of the Silmarils from the crown of Morgoth. Challenge accepted, Beren out. Beren had an easy time getting out of Doriath, which makes sense because Thingol didn't fucking want him there. But our boy didn't really have a plan on how to go about doing the thing, nor did he have so much as a pot to piss in. As he exited the lands ruled over directly by Thingol, he came up close to Nargothrond, and knew it for what it was. Now, while Nargothrond didn't have a magical girdle of enchantment and mystery about it, it wasn't exactly the sort of place a person could just go wandering into any more than Doriath. Quick note, since the book refers to Finrod mostly as Felagund from here on out, guess what I'm gonna mostly be calling him now. Anyway, Nargothrond was the kingdom of Felagund, and the whole place was just jam-packed with elves, hidden and waiting to shoot an arrow in your fucking face for getting too close. And our Beren knew this, but he had an ace up his sleeve. If you'll recall a couple episodes ago, Beren's papa Barahir did a major solid for the Felagund and got a ring for his troubles, which signified a debt of everlasting friendship. Beren used that ring to show Thingol that he meant business this last episode, and he used it here to show that he was coming to claim on some of that debt. Beren carried that ring like a backstage pass, all the while yelling out, "Hey, I'm Beren son of Barahir. My fam is totally tight with your king. Let me go see him." Which, of course, totally got the attention of all the elven guards. I mean, he already had their attention because he was, fucking there, but now they didn't want to shoot him as much. So the guards finally came out of hiding, told him to hold the hell up for a second, took a look at the ring, and were all, "Yeah, dude, shit checks out. Holy hell, welcome to Nargothrond, fam. Let's get your ass to see the king." And so they personally escorted him into the city under cloak of darkness and moonlight and shit. Finrod looked on Beren and was all, "Dude, I don't even need you to show me that ring. I recognize who you are. Fucking welcome, my boy." So the two got to talking, and Beren told Felabro about how Papa died, and how Dorthonion went to shit, and about how he was totes sick for Luthien, and what he had to do to get her hand. And Finfel was like, "Fuck, bro, this nigga wants you dead." And that ain't even the half of it. Just the fact that he said he wanted a Silmaril is going to piss off the Sons of Fëanor, because they made this dumbass oath. So this is going to lead to some serious shit going down for everyone. Hell, Celegorm and Curufin are in my house right now. If they hear this shit, they're going to go spare. But I made a promise to your papa, and so I'm going to help you, even though that's going to fuck me over in the long run too. I don't need to remind you I trust Celegorm and Curufin were two of Fëanor's sons. So, Felagund, being a bro, bound to his word of honor and shit, said to his people, "Hey everybody, I made a promise. This boy here is gonna go do this shit, and I'ma help him. Anyone here who wants to throw something into the Get Beren Laid fund, that'd really help out." And of course Celegorm was there, and of course he was not of the happy. So Celebro got up, pulled out his sword and said, "Hey, I don't give a shit who it is, whether it's friend or foe, demon of Morgoth or beloved elf friend. I don't care whose laws get broken or whose friendship I destroy. The Silmarils are ours, and nobody else is going to get to keep them." Curufin was there too, and he was a bit less gung-ho, but he was still like, "Man, you really need to think about what you're doing, Beren, bro. You give that jewel to Thingol, and there's going to be some major hell brought down on everyone involved, including Nargothrond and Doriath." Well, that kind of smooth talk kind of put the people of Nargothrond into a bit of a paranoid state. So much so that for a really long time after, none of the elves of Nargothrond would go into open battle, and stayed in Nargothrond, and hunted anyone, friend or foe, who came into their kingdom, with some less than honorable methods like poison darts and sneak ambushes and shit. So Nargothrond became a less friendly place, and a lot of the people began to talk about how Felagund might not keep on being the best king ever if he was going to let this kind of shit come down on their heads for the sake of an oath. And because of the Curse of Mandos and its power to cause the Seven Brothers to think some treacherous shit, they started thinking about how they could usurp Felagund by sending him along on Beren's suicide mission and take the throne of Nargothrond themselves, because they were, in their own minds, much more legit princes of the Noldor due to their lineage from Fëanor being closer to the crown than the sons of Finarfin. Finrod found the hell out about this, and stood right up in front of the fuckers, snatched off his crown and dropped it and said, "You fuckers may be just fine with breaking your promises to me, but I'm not an oath breaker, and I'm gonna help Beren here. Anyone still loyal to me, step forth." About 10 lords of his house came out to heed that call, one of whom was called Edrahil. And Edrahil said, "Man, you are still the king, and we're not gonna let you go out like that. Let's give the crown to a regent to hold your kingdom until we return." Felagund agreed with this, and gave the crown to his brother Orodreth to keep watch on things while he was gone. Celegorm and Corofin didn't say anything, but they left the hall with some cocky grins. So, with Felagund and his 10 friends, Beren set out from Nargothrond to do some epic shit. They had to go through Dorthonion, however, to get close to Angband. So they killed a random party of orcs, disguised themselves with some Felagund magic, and headed up through the lands that were currently ruled by Sauron. Sauron's bullshit meter was super refined, though, and he sniffed them out with a quickness. Mini Dark Lord had them snatched up and brought before him, and Felagund began an epic rap battle against Sauron. While I'm paraphrasing what happened, I'm not far off, because both Felagund and Sauron were good at magical songs. The hot fire that Sauron was spitting was too much, though, and he magic snatched their clothes off. But Felagund was at least skilled enough that Sauron didn't find out who they were or what they were doing. So Sauron threw their asses in a deep dank pit, all 12 of them, and set a werewolf to eat them one at a time until they spoke. So that shit went south in a nutshell. And that's where we're going to cut it, folks. I want to thank everybody for watching. Once again, I am Alex, also known as Solanus Dracone, and this has been All Things Lord of the Rings. Goodbye.